What's going on, everybody? My name is Suave. Y'all watching Suave Experience TV. Today I'm interviewing the hottest essay. What's going on, everybody? My name is Suave. Y'all watching Suave Experience TV. Today I'm interviewing the hottest essay, straight
out of here in Dallas, man. My name is Nick Iniguez. I go by Daniel Alexandro. Pretty straightforward. The hottest essay in the industry.
So, man, I see you've been trending, man. I've been going to a couple places, and I always see your flyers everywhere. I see you got great promoting. I've seen you at the Sports Garden. I've seen a couple other little places that you've been around. So I noticed on your Instagram that you went out of town. You went to London, right?
Yeah, man. Just came back. I'm currently wrestling with Organizational Independent Wrestling Associations, known as the OIWA. It's ran by Sir Mo, formerly known as Sir Mo, Bobby Horn. He was wrestling WWF back in early 90s. He was in a tag team called Men on a Mission with King Mabel. They kind of did their thing, man. He's been in the industry for about 34 years. And he, as time went on, he came out here to Dallas, started a school. So been open about like 8 to 10 years, you know what I mean? And I joined 2 years ago, and he just opened up a scene of places for us to kind of like, live this dream that we all fantasized as a kid.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Man, that's literally, bro. Like you said, I remember seeing as a kid, bro, WWE, Raw versus SmackDown. I remember seeing all that. Like, yeah. Me personally, I've never really caught an eye for it, but I've also never doubted it. It just looks so fascinating. Just, people doing what they do, what they fall in love with.
Yeah.
And that's one thing, like, we could tell, like, in your eyes, bro. Like, it's just that's something that like you were born to do. You know?
No, that's love, bro. I appreciate it, man. Just because, like, wrestling, it gets the stick that it gets, like, social media, everything's out there about our business, you know what I mean? But what we do is, it's scripted entertainment. Sure. We're the actor, we're the stunt double. We do everything in that ring to emotionally captivate the audience. You know what I mean? Being able to connect with somebody on an emotional standpoint. Why, this person loves that person, why this person hates that person. But we also tie in real life scenarios, you know what I mean? Like, he a slime, I don't like him, or, so it's just like,
kind of makes you feel that real world interconnection.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's like, what I'm saying? Like I said, bro, when I was watching it, I kind of just like, damn, that like they really got beef. Like it makes you feel that they're like, you know what, bro? If I see the next guy, I'm gonna go, RKO
hit him with something for sure, bro. That's what I'm
saying.
saying. But like, yeah, man, wrestling, it's just everybody watched it as a kid. We all played on PS2, Nintendo 64, everything, the Wii, all that, and we played the games. We had fun. You wrestle with your cousins, your brothers, your sisters. You know what I mean? We all did it growing up at one point. If you know what wrestling is and kind of watched it at a young age. But it's just one of those things, man. As you get older, you start being attentive to, like, it's more than just wrestling. Like, it's a whole nother world, But you relate your real life scenarios, and the way you kind of live your life, you pertain that in this business. At the end of the day, it's all like you treat people how you want to be treated, treat people with respect, and you also got to know in this business and in life, it's eat or be eaten, bro. Like, you got to go get yours.
You know what I'm saying? You want to be a shark? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or you want to be a gazelle? Which one you want to be?
That's it.
But nah, man. I mean, that's literally true, bro. Like you're talking about the real world, and the life expectancy on, like, what you want to be, who you want. You want to be a top dog, you know what I'm saying, or not. What I feel like in my mind is, you write your own book. You write your own, like, hey, like you're talking about scripts, like you write that yourself. You can't let anybody or anything that you go through dictate, your life, your change. Everybody grows up either from the bottom, or some people are growing up with being hand fed, But in reality, bro, it's all what you make of it, and what's your next play? What does Daniel Alexander want to do? What does Suave want to do? At the end of the day, nobody should be able to dictate that but us.
Yourself. Exactly.
And like I said, bro, that's when it comes to the real world. I mean, I can keep on going about that because I mean, I live literally seeing grandparents, parents. You see everybody go through it,
Mm-hmm.
and at the end of the day, everybody still to this day make up their own story, how they are, and where they want to be, where they see themselves.
No, 1,000, bro. That was like for you, you know what I'm saying? For this platform that you got, bro, like that's why I wanted to come and do it. Because I feel like, with your experience, you basically you saw death, bro, like, you know what I mean, with the situation you went through. And I feel like when someone wants to chase something, I don't even want to say chase, but when you go pursue something and then you learn that this is your life, and then you also know like, man, this
Yeah.
could have been it. You know what I'm saying? And then to know that it's like I gotta make a change in my life, not only for my friends, my family, but yourself.
Yeah.
Like I like when I saw it, I was like, yeah, I want to hop on because you're sharing a certain message that this world needs, bro. Like
Yeah.
we
Most
we
definitely
live in
not.
a world that's like, no matter what you do, people gonna say something.
Mhm.
No matter what you do, positive, negative, it doesn't matter. And I feel like a lot of us, before we take a chance, we have that fear, but I think a fear is non-existent. Like the way I look at fear is I like the letters FEAR. It stands for false expectations without reality, because all fear is just a thought. You know what I mean? It's not real. It's just something you're thinking about, and if you feel like you just let that go and you just go for it, bro, and then you want to pursue something and kind of spread a positive message and just spread a message to the world, bro. Like I think that to me captivates me. That was gets me like drawn to people, drawn to what they do, and like you listen to what they talk about, you see the passion, and you see it kind of in what you do, bro. So that's why like when you had this going, I'm like, nah, I want to get on,
Oh yeah, no, I appreciate that, bro. No
Yeah,
doubt,
one
no
thousand.
doubt. Nah, man. I mean, kind of elaborate. Like I said, bro. With you were just talking about, with me only seeing death. That. Hey, bro. Like that still messes with me as far as like being that to an existence. Like thinking like I've never feared. I don't fear no man. I fear no woman. I fear nobody.
One
Right.
thousand.
I never realized how before my mentality was living fast, bro. I would do this, do that, go out, go live my best life. We're young, what I'm saying? But I never actually took the time and slowed down. And, because of that, it caught up to me. I have many of reasons God was showing me like, hey, bro, you need to slow down. You need to slow down. I never listened,
Mm-hmm.
So I took my accident as, and still living, blessed, but I took my accident as an eye opener, and just realized, like, all right, bro, I got no choice but to slow down.
Yeah.
But while that I'm slowing down, I'm gonna start dictating and picking and choosing what I really want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Stop working this 9 to 5 and start investing in me. Start
Mm-hmm.
investing in what I really want to do. Stop working for somebody else. Because at the end of the day, the only person that I'm stopping is me. You know, I have a choice. I can choose to work for that person. I can
Mm-hmm.
choose to go work for this person. I can choose to work anywhere. It's my choice. But what I want to really do is spread the word and really catch people's drift on when it comes to hardship, and it's also coming into working with setbacks, things like that, a little mixture, because a lot of people have setbacks,
1,000.
whether it's accidents, whether it's people death, money, financially. Like at the end of the day, bro, it's either swim, sink or swim, bro. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and I basically, what my main goal, my vision is this, bro, like catching underdogs, things like that, is to help people boost where they are. I
Mm-hmm.
may not be nobody right now, but when I get there, and I keep, building that clientele, keep building that content of views, that's where people will start seeing, my
Mm-hmm.
goal and my mission. And it's like I said, it's just really to get everybody else out there. I'm still putting everybody before me, but I'm still living what I'm doing, which is what I love to do, which is to inspire others and help people get over that fear of overcoming. Obviously, like I said, bro, I would never see myself in 1,000 years being in front of a camera, even though I know like I'm funny. I'm a real funny guy. A lot of people say that I'm like, like they just there's certain people that I remind them of, and I'm just like, oh, you remind me of my cousin. This man, he used to be hella funny, this and that, and people who passed away. What I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? This one person that was telling me that I reminded her of her cousin Joel. He was this same Mexican dude like me, same haircut, and he was just so funny. He was outgoing, bro. Like me helping you remind you of that, I doing my part in a way that I
For
didn't even
sure.
realize it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because you still feel that love for that person and you miss him. And for me, having characteristics of him just shows, bro, like there's a lot of people who are missing, family members and things like that. And I just want to make everybody laugh, bro, make everybody be happy. I don't ever want to see a person sad. And I don't ever want a person not to live their dreams. And so, like, really, this whole point of this podcast or interviews that I'm doing, it's not really to promote myself. It's more to promote the next person.
For sure.
And like I said, it may be just a goal that I'm shooting really far, but hey, bro, if it catches, it catches. And kind of just see where it goes from there.
No, man, like how you gonna shoot for stars if there are footprints on the moon, man? Like you got to shoot for them. You got to get off the ground, So
Yeah.
it's like it's one of those things, man.
Yeah. What is I guess what made you fall in love with wrestling and things like that?
Man, it was my first memory. I was 4 years old, bro. I remember sitting down watching TV, right, and it was a certain memory. It was Randy Orton, Triple H, Batista, Ric Flair. They had a group called Evolution back in the early 2000s. Randy Orton became the youngest world heavyweight champion that SummerSlam. The next night on Raw, he defended the champion against the former champion, and he won, right? And at the end of the match, they were Evolution. Batista had Randy Orton on his shoulders. They were all cheering, celebrating. Triple H gave him the thumbs down. Then we call it turn heel. They turned on him. They crossed him, right, and then they end up just beating the hell out of him, made him bloody, and that memory just always engraved with me. And ever since then, man, it was just like he was the person that kind of like had my love for wrestling, because young Randy Orton, swaggy, cool, like RKO, you know what I mean? Like he just had it all, bro. Like he just, as a young kid, when you see a guy call himself the Legend Killer and he's going after the top guys, former top guys in the business, Hall of Famers, and then you see his swag, his cockiness, like it drew me. And then from there, I just stayed locked in with it, man. And I, like, ever since then, just stayed with wrestling, WWE. There's other companies, TNA, etc. And just being a fan of wrestling, man. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, I got into this business, but I was a fan before.
Correct.
But just because I'm in it now doesn't mean that takes away. Like, I will sit back and watch a pay-per-view with the homies. We got some drink. We were watching, you know what I mean? And I'm reacting like a fan because that's what it is. Like, I fell in love with wrestling, so it's never, you know what I mean? It's one of those things that's
you just never lose sight of
at all. You know what I mean? I can go through my seasons in wrestling where it's tough in my professional side, but at the end of the day, I do love watching it.
Yeah, no, that, like I said, bro. I mean, you love it, you do it, and you watch it.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're getting a win either way.
Yeah, but it was, the crazy thing is, bro. Like, it was never one of those things that like I knew I was gonna be a wrestler.
Yeah.
Right, because hooped and everything, middle school, high school, semi-pro, little college ball, and like once that phased out, it was like, what's the next chapter in my life gonna look like? And I didn't know, man. Like, I was literally work, gym, repeat. You know what I mean? And I'm like, man, I'm going through this cycle, but I want more. And I had a couple. So WrestleMania came out here in 2022. In 2022 in Dallas, and my buddy, he went to, because they do night 1 and night 2 now. So he went to both nights. It was WrestleMania 22 out in the AT&T Stadium. He went both nights, and me, him, and another partner, we got tickets to Monday Night Raw that Monday. And since it was out here in Dallas, they had a super show. So a super show is just, or a superstore, my apologies, where it's just like a literally a big old venue with bro, I'm talking about authentic wrestling from the 80s, 90s, action figures, t-shirts, gear that was worn by like Eddie Guerrero, Undertaker, you know what I mean? Like, just all you can get, bro. Full fan access thing that had wrestling rings and everything in there, right? So whenever we got there, we walked around and there were some rings. And I told my buddy, I was like, hey, bro, I'm gonna go be a wrestler. But I'm talking out my ass, bro.
Yeah,
like, I'm just like, I'm talking, bro. Like, I'm not serious at all.
Yeah.
And he was like, and I was like, no, I'm just fooling. He was like, nah, bro, I think you should. He said, I think you could kill in the game. Like, you should, bro. And I was like, nah, man, I'm trolling. I can't do what they do, bro. Like, you know what I mean? The stuff they do all over the ring, you know what I mean? It takes a toll. Then that was it. Time goes on, bro, and then I'm just spilling that out in conversations. I'm gonna go be a wrestler, you know what I mean? But I'm like manifesting it, speaking out into existence without
Correct.
even realizing it. And then had a conversation with my mom one day, man, and same thing. We went out to Pluckers, got some wings, and she was like, "All right, son, like, what are you gonna do?" And I was like, "Mom, man, I don't know. Like, I want to do this, but I feel like it's not time for that yet. But I don't know. I'm gonna go be a wrestler." And when she said, "Go do it," I was like, something sparked. You know, something just. I was like, all right, like that sat with me. And then the day I ended up deciding to do it, I had a conversation with another friend, and wrestling got brought up. And from there, I got motivated, self-motivated. I ran 3 miles that day. I was learning how to take the bumps. We call them bumps. So I learned how to fall and stuff on my carpet, you know what I mean, in my room. I'm practicing like the way they punch, punching, kicking, and all in my room. And I'm like, I'm going to do this. So I end up looking up pro wrestling schools near me, and I find Sir Mo Bumps and Bruises Pro Wrestling Academy. So then I look it up. I'm like, okay, what I gotta lose? Like,
Correct.
right? And that was the mindset we talked about earlier, like not having anything to lose in this life. Like, I feel like, let's go ahead, take the risk. I looked at the number, called him, Sir Mo, you know what I'm saying? He's hello. Hey man, my name is Nick. Well, is there a chance I can get a tryout? Like what how can I do this? I don't know do I reach out to you? He was like, can you come to the school tomorrow by 6:30? Yeah, I'll be there. And there I was like, oh, it's go time now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
no, for
it's
real.
put up or shut up, bro. So it was like once that happened, had a prayer, man. I just I kind of hold this like close to home a lot. But so the day of my trial, bro, I sat by my bed, bro, and I just started praying, and I'm like, um, asking the man above to just guide me through this process. You know what I mean? And uh, my father, he passed when I was 4, so like also praying to like watch over me, be my guardian angel through this whole thing. And was I scared? Yeah, for sure, bro. You know what I mean? I'm scared to do this, but
Yeah.
it's like felt like my back was against the wall, but it was like I like that feeling. And then middle of the prayer, man, I'm sitting there, I'm just sitting down. Then I stop, finish my prayer. I'm sitting down, I'm listening to Change by J. Cole, and it's playing. I'm sitting there just like kind of like taking deep breaths, like, man, I'm really finna do this. And my mom walks in, and she's like, because earlier that day I told her I was gonna try out. She walks in right after the prayer. I'm sitting down, man. I'm trying not to shed tears because I'm sitting there like nervous, but I'm scared. But I'm also like, let's do it. And she comes in, she's like, I don't want you to worry about anything. Like, don't be scared about this opportunity because no matter what's gonna happen, you're gonna be great in this industry. And that moment, bro, I was like, okay,
So
stuck
like
with it,
manifest this shit.
bro. Without trying, man. I was just speaking to it, bro. And then 2 years later, 2.5 years later, man, I'm an international superstar. Traveled to London, been a couple states, working on going back overseas to Germany and a couple other places, man. So like, seeing the growth from the past 2 years was like, it's mind blowing to know that one decision changed the trajectory of my
Yeah.
life.
Well, bro, I mean, you miss 1,000 shots before you finally take one.
Yeah,
So
that's it. You miss on, yeah, for sure.
you don't know. So I mean, dude, that's it's crazy, bro. How like you said, one life choice just changed like that.
Mm-hmm.
Sticking to it.
Yeah,
So
for sure, man. Because I mean, and as life too, man. Like we get challenged in adversity different times. Like I can't relate to your situation that happened, but the way I can relate is when I told my labor at kind of like the height of like less than a year, man. I'm talking about like taking the company by storm, like match after match and getting bigger following, bigger matches, main event matches, and I'm like, I'm stepping up to the plate. I'm knocking it out every time, like because I'm prepared for these situations, right? And then I end up tearing my labrum, having to get surgery, and just like that, like it's gone,
yeah,
And I was like,
major setback.
yeah, you know what I mean. And that labrum surgery was tough, bro. Like because you felt like you had everything going, things were about to hit thing hit the fan and it was about to take off more, and I lost it all, man. And that was like my real humbling moment of like, man, it doesn't matter. Like the ball's gonna keep rolling at the end of the day. You know, this
Yeah.
fortune of life is gonna keep spinning. But like whenever you lose it, bro, it's like, damn, you know, that feeling. Like to this day, I still think about that, and I'm like, that hunger always keeps it going. You know, like it can be gone, man, like this, anything, bro. So
Do you feel like, speaking from both of us, having setbacks in general, do you feel like that's what made you stronger? I guess like having a setback is
for
what
sure.
pushed you, give you more ambition, more. Because sometimes I feel like we may have the right head on our shoulders, we may have the right thought process, um, but I feel like setbacks happen for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
They're called setbacks for a reason. You're setting back up to square one because maybe the direction that you were going wasn't going to lead you anywhere. So let's try a different route. Like maybe like I don't know. Like that's just kind of my thought process. Like setbacks are meant to because they're like rerouted.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Like you still pursued the same thing, but what did you change differently from before your setback?
Oh man, that's a great question, bro. Because I look at it now and I feel like now it's just it's it's always me, you know, you versus you, me versus me
Correct.
mindset. Um, but sometimes you can get lost in the sauce, bro. You can get lost in like worrying about the outside things at times. You know what I mean? Where you're like, you have to stay mentally like focused on what got me here, and not only what got me here, but keeping that same discipline. But you do got to work 10 times harder, and you do got to cut out certain habits. I'm not gonna lie, man. Like when I was out, like the distractions started coming. Like the
Yeah.
distractions, not only just everything, like just everything, just was becoming a distraction because I was out. I had so much time on my hands. I wasn't working anymore. I was off my job for about 2 months, and I'm not doing anything besides. All right, we have training Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. I'll be there those days. I might just be sitting there watching. I still kept myself in the game, right? Like never took myself out. But like those other days where we didn't have a show, those other days, I'm like, man, usually I'll be in the gym, push up, doing work, man, and staying disciplined. But then, like I said, the distractions get you, and if they get you and you kind of let them drag you down, bro, it's a hard place to get out of.
Yeah.
So the thing that changed was um, like the mindset about everything else. Like back then when I first started wrestling, it was like, okay, this is my goal. This is all I'm doing. I'm not feeding into no distraction, no nothing. Right, you stay on this narrow path, but then once you end up, like you said, misdirection, now you're on another one, and now you take this one, and that's God testing me now. He already tested me with the, all right, how are you going to respond coming back? How hard are you going to work? Okay, let me throw all the distractions at you now and see how you respond as you're trying to get back to what you wanted.
Correct.
So it was a hard journey, man. Like it was tough, bro. Like even to this day, like I'm like, man, you can have, it's okay to have fun. We're young, bro. It's okay to have, you
100%.
know what I'm saying? It's okay to go party, go hit bars, you know what I'm saying? Do your thing, man. But when you feed into it and you let it soak in you and let it absorb you, that becomes a cycle. That becomes a routine. And when you get caught in that routine, it's hard to break.
Yeah.
So once I broke it, I'm like, I can't go back in that joint. Like, fuck that.
Nah,
Excuse
for
my,
real,
excuse
dude.
my language. I don't know if you
Nah, you're
suck.
good. You're good.
So it's like, once I got out, man, I'm like, okay, be smart on how you do these situations, how you go, how you want to party, have your fun, whatever you do, right? But be smart on when you do it and the times you do it. Because you
Yeah.
gotta be very, like I tell myself, that young 23-year-old kid is still wanting to go. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
trying to be out. Like I'm trying to go
Oh
have some
God, we
fun,
gotta be
bro.
outside.
Bro,
You know
that's
what
why
I'm
it's okay, but you got to find that
saying?
balance
Yeah.
where if you're doing it and you're letting it become a distraction and it's overtaking this the main goal, the main priority, that's when it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
And I felt it was getting a problem because I was hurt and I wasn't actually doing it. So, but now I'm like, no, okay.
Yeah, balance
Find the
that
balance,
out.
brother. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Find it.
because the
Find
thing,
it.
yeah, that's literally, bro. I shit you not, bro. Like literally, a year from this month, bro. I was going out back to back to back weekends, bro.
Yeah.
I'm talking Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm out. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Again, go to work Monday through Thursday, Friday. I go to work. As soon as I get off, boom, I'm showering. I'm ready to hit the club,
Yeah.
ready to go drink, spend money, whatever the case may be, bro. And that's where I was, even though, bro, I've never missed work. Like, I
Yeah, for
mean,
sure.
I'm, because I know I have a responsibility, I got a family. Like, I know I have to go to work every day, but to me, I feel like my thanks for going to work, right? Because in my mindset at the time was more of like, oh, I'm going to work, I'm doing my responsibility. So now I want to go have fun, So with that, I'd go have fun. I'm going out, boom, going out, going out. And I'm just like realizing, looking at it back now, I'm like, dude, all that money I spent, all that drinking that I did, for what?
Yeah.
What did it get me, other than 30 minutes of fun, hour of fun, or not even that, bro. Like being out all night, experiencing and watching all these car crashes, people, drunk drivers getting hit or hit. You know what I'm saying? Like I was one of those people, bro, where like I was living in the moment and I never realized what it could be. Luckily, I've been blessed and I've never actually, drunk, drive drunk or anything. But, you know, it's just been those moments where I'm like, you got to balance that, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I got a family. I'm putting. I was at the time I was putting, drinking and partying and all that before my family. I had it mixed up. My priorities weren't where they wanted to be, where they needed to be. But that was the young me. That was because, right out of high school, I had a baby. So I didn't get to live that 20 life that everybody did. The first 2 years, bro, first 2 to 3 years, bro, of my daughter being born, I didn't go out like that. But now, as she gotten a little bit older, I'm like, all right, bro, now it's my time to live my life. And I was doing that, and that was wrong on me. Like I said, bro, it's all about lessons learned, and that was the path that I was going, and I ended up having to change it. So now in my direction, now I'm all about family. Now I don't even care about going out. If we go out, we're going out together as a
unit,
a trio.
Yeah.
If it ain't nothing where I can take my daughter to, I'm not going to it.
Yeah.
If I go to it, it's got to be like once a month type of deal. You know what I'm saying? Like I think the last time I've been out, it's probably like, maybe, I can't even lie to you, but probably maybe last month, maybe. I know I haven't gone out like to a club. I haven't stepped into one probably maybe last year.
Yeah.
But other than that, bro, I haven't stepped into one. But obviously before that I couldn't because I was still recovering, from all my shit that I was going through. So, I kind of just learned how to balance that stuff and really prioritize what needs to be done. Where do I want to be? What do I want to get? And that's why I said this is just an extra something that I really want to do. And does it really take too much of my time? Not necessarily, but it helps me understand other people. Understand their experience, where they went through, because obviously I know I'm not the only one that went through, or whatever I went through. You went through something. There may be the next gentleman that goes through. He had it rough. Had none. Lost both his mom and his dad. Start living with auntie. There's all these stories, bro. And I just like them to be shared. Because at the end of the day, none of us are alone. None of us
1,000, man.
And that's just kind of where we want to presume. I kind of want to talk a little bit more on you're talking about distractions, right? Um, is that something that you feel like what does you consider a distraction?
Like we mentioned, man, the partying, no, I'm good, brother. I'm good.
Okay.
The partying, the women, you know what I mean? Just the other people too, like, because you don't know, like, the type of energy and vibe other people have in their life. And that stuff can be affectionate. You know what I mean? They can wear off on you without even you knowing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you can be in these places, but it's like anything can happen. Like that's when, as far as anything, like someone could just pop off. Someone just
Yeah.
wants to start a fight, and it's like, my mom always, she always tells me, if I'm leaving, my mom would, you good, you know what I mean? She's always checking on me, but she's always like, you got a lot to lose, so don't put yourself in a situation where you can lose it all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, your future's bright. You're here now, but you can lose it in the snap of a finger because you want to be out.
With friends and
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But
living your best
yeah,
life.
it's cool, but it's just like how we said, bro, finding that balance, man. Like, a lot of times I have a great time at home. Like,
No
man,
doubt.
yeah, yesterday my buddies were at the crib, man. I'm talking about it's three of us, his son, we're sitting there having a great time, good vibe, you know what I mean? Like, they're at home, you know what I mean? And it's like, we don't have to be out,
Exactly.
in a place of other people. Like I said, you don't know their, the type of energy, and I believe in, like, their energy can wear off on you without even, without trying and stuff, right? And I believe that a lot of times other people can wear off on you without you even approaching someone, without you communicating with anybody. You know what I mean? I just feel like you put yourself in a room full of people you don't know, and y'all all doing the same thing. You don't know how people react to the drinking or whatever the case is,
Correct.
whatever those situations
Can't
are.
control those around you.
You can't control anybody but yourself, man. I feel like that can be a distraction, especially because it's normalized so much now.
Yeah.
Like, it's normal to do this. It's normal to go out. It's normal to, sleep with this many people. It's, to society that's normal, but in reality, it's not.
It's like not even crazy, dude. Because not even that long ago, I think Dallas Texas TV posted something about, right. Some guy found out his wife was cheating on him, but he pulled out a whole ass AK.
Bro, yes, yeah, I saw that, yeah.
He shot him right in dead broad daylight, bro.
That's what I'm saying,
right
bro.
in front of him. You never know somebody's mental state. You never know what their intentions are, bro, until things like that specifically happens, But once again, we can't control that.
Yeah.
That what Buddy went through, we can't control that.
Yeah.
What do you think is your biggest enemy? Like a lot of people they from what I've understood, in life, that sometimes your biggest haters are the people that surround you the most, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let me clarify that on that. People that you believe support you, they really envy you.
Mm-hmm.
They really, don't wish bad on you because they won't tell you, But how do you separate, what's real and what's genuine and what's just somebody trying to, I guess, not distract you, but more of a negative energy,
like ride the wave or
type thing like that, like ride the wave.
Man,
because once you blow up, bro, you blow up, and then one from there, the fame happens. When you get the fame, the money, the distractions, then you got support, your support group that you've had since day one.
Mm-hmm.
Like how you gonna balance all that?
Man, I always just like how, like, family, man. Like, my family is over everything, bro. Like, my family's they're my rock, man. Like, my mom, biggest supporter. You know what I mean? Single. I grew up single mom, two older sisters, youngest boy, three. You know what I mean? And just having my sisters, my mom, my cousins, my uncles, everybody kind of supported me. Like, and then my friends, they support me as well. But you can tell, like, at least for me, when it comes to friendships and companions or whatever, right? You can feel like the genuine. You can feel when it's genuine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it can be little things that you notice that they do, you know what I mean? And the little gestures about certain things. And those are the people I keep close to home. The people that I don't even have to say certain things about or say to, and they're on game. Like, they're like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I said, my uncles, my cousins, man, my family is like my number one, bro. Like, I'm always, like, my family is they're my rock, man. They're the ones that, like,
keep it solid,
keep it together. You know what I mean?
No, that's good, bro. That's your support group is a huge thing, and you're blessed to have that. Not a lot of people in this world have a support
for sure.
group, so like glad that you're blessed that you have a support group. You know, I had a support group. Um, you know, I kind of just glad to see that, you know, where there's when you fall, if you fall, you have somebody
To
there
catch you.
to catch you. You know, that's another thing. You know, like when you're striving, and you don't have that, it's like where do you turn to? Who
Mm-hmm.
do you turn to? You know, and that's just kind of a biggest thing that maybe I want to get addressed. You know, with people who go through that. You
Yeah.
know, because it's kind of like those are answers, real life answers that could be given and answered. You know, and so it's just been a curiosity of mine. You know, everybody's support group is always different. Some people
Mm-hmm.
got more than others. Some people just got their mom, you know, or dad. You know, but I just kind of was curious. You know, that's all.
Yeah, no, cause I also, I mean, like in this business, people say, you can't make a lot of friends in what we do, because at the end of the day, it's always, it's like it's entertainment business, man. Some people are willing to slime you out, stab you in the back to get what they want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I call him my big brother. His name is Dante Smiley. He's currently right now. He's in Rome, Italy. Wrestling out there right now as we speak. He's like my big bro. He's the one I'm like, yeah, I got this question, fam. Am I tripping? He's experienced a lot in this business. He's an international superstar. He's wrestled some of the top names in this industry, that has to be offered. And he don't get the flowers he deserves. You know what I'm saying? So for him to kind of like take me under his wing a lot, and me actually like I ask him questions. Like I ask him questions about the wrestling, the promos, the business side that people don't understand yet,
Correct.
because it's a business too. You know what I mean? The
Absolutely.
moves that you make is like, yo, it has to be calculated if you make this move. He's the one that puts me on all that game, and there's a lot of times when you're at the top for so long, you're gonna create some fucking haters. You know what I'm saying? And he
Oh
hasn't.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's the one that installs into me, like, bro, you got to keep a poker face. Like, you can't let no one see you flinch. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You got to keep it like that. And he's installed that in me, and he's like someone that like I look up to. You know what I mean? Like, regardless of anything, like he's someone that just installs that shit in me, bro. And a lot of people don't have it. A lot of people do have it, but they don't go and get like they don't go to the resource because they feel like they know it all. They feel like they've done enough, and they feel like oh yeah, I got a little success, so I'm gonna, you know,
Go off of that.
you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, nah, man, like,
You got to really dig deep and understand exactly what next level there is and
yeah,
what you kind of really about to go
because
through.
there's levels to this shit, bro.
I
I'm telling
believe
you, know
it.
what I'm saying? There's levels to this, bro, and for 2.5 years, basically being out 7 months, like I'm ahead of the curve, thanks to him, thanks to our owner Bobby Hornsor Mo. But like those are the people that you got to keep yourself around. The family that like how you said, I'm grateful, man. I'm blessed. I would have never gotten to the point that I've gotten if I didn't have the support system from my jobs, the friends that came to watch me perform, family coming to see me, man. Man, none of it, bro. But you also like how you said, be observant. Like, okay, if I fall, who's gonna catch me? Who caught me when I fell? And I know who caught me. You know what I'm saying? I'm already on it.
Yeah, you always got to keep
Yeah.
that, bro, because
Yeah.
like, you know, everybody's experience is different. But I will say this: not all family is good family.
For
You know,
sure.
I've learned that. There's no such thing as friends. You know, because clearly you wouldn't call your friends friends. If they were friends, they're family.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I'm
that's just
with
how
you.
I see it. It's like your homeboys that have been riding with you 5, 6 years. You know, that's family.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but no one ever said family has to be blood.
1,000.
So you know, like you're saying, like you peeped on who got you. You know, and that's good. You know, saying like you literally just set it spot on, and that's just crazy, bro. It's just the way the world is, and the thing is, there's no training wheels for anybody. Like when my daughter gets older, what can I tell her? I can't tell her what to expect
Mm-hmm.
because the world always changes
Mm-hmm.
every day. Even when we get older, when we're 60 years old, bro, we're still gonna be learning shit.
Mm-hmm.
We'll never just be content to on knowing it all. Because in reality, bro, unless you're Albert Einstein, and even that guy, bro, you're not a know-it-all.
Yeah.
You know, there's rules, like you said, there's rules to this shit. There's changes going around left and right, bro. And
Mm-hmm.
you know, the only difference is, you know, is how we adapt to it. That's literally what I just got done telling. Believe it or not, bro, I go around sometimes and I peep shit because I gotta know if it's genuine, right? When I see homeless people, bro, I pick and choose who I stop to. And the only reason for that is because I pick and choose, bro. Because there's some frauds out there. There's some fraud,
Yeah.
homeless ass people, bro, who really got a car, they got a house, and they just don't want to work. So they're getting money off, us people who got a good heart and give it out to them. But I just got done talking to this guy, bro. Remember his name, bro? His name was Frankie, and and I talked to him probably 10 minutes, bro. 10 minutes out of his day. I don't need to promote, taking somebody to go get them food. I'm not that type of guy, bro.
Yeah.
If I ask you for the time of day, bro, and you ain't got enough food, bro, I'm gonna feed you. But I don't need to promote that. I don't need to go on Instagram, social media, be like, hey, look, I just fed this homeless guy. Like, I don't look for clout like that, bro.
Yeah.
And that's not me. What you do behind closed doors, that's what really
The
stands.
integrity.
Exactly. So anyway, I ended up chip chopping up with him, and I was explaining to him, I was like, so what made you homeless? And he started telling me his backstory, and basically his parents are drug addicts, things like that, and he got into the drug addict game and started doing drugs. He's like that's never what he wanted for himself. He's like that's what he was shown. He's like he had every opportunity. Basically, he was telling me he's like he had every opportunity to be something else, but he was forced to learn how to stick a needle in his hand. And he's like finding a job. He's like, I don't have my social. I don't have nothing, no credentials. And he's like, I want to work. He's like, but also the world has changed so much that it's hard to just adapt to it now.
Yeah.
The economy's changed. I mean, everything. He's right. He told me the last phone he had was like freaking one of those T-Mobile flip phone things,
Wow.
and that was probably damn near 10, 15 years ago, give or take. Because I remember having one when I was 8. I had me and my sister shared. I had a pink one, or because she wanted pink, but what I'm saying. But hey, I was still texting
Yeah,
her.
do your thing, man.
but but me and my sister we shared a little Nokia flip phone, man, and that was the last phone he remembered he had. But the thing is, well, long story short, the whole purpose of the story was is like this world is scary. There's no book that's written for us to learn. The same way they make us want to learn in school. Sometimes, to me, I don't feel like school is. I'm not against school education. I'm not against it, but I'm just like if there's a textbook for that, instead of teaching us how to learn about things that happened in the past, why not prepare us for the future? Why not teach us on taxes, brackets, tax brackets, teaching us on what the economy is going to be like in the next 5 to 6 years, 10 years.
Yeah.
Everybody says they don't know, but they know, bro. They know that at the end of the day, this state alone, they're going to try to turn it to California. A lot of people are fighting that. A lot of people are saying no, 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 but then, bro, it's who's got the bigger wallet, and I feel like a lot of people who go into business school, things like that, like they're the ones that understand, But I generally feel like education will set you up for failure because it's going to make you believe things that aren't reality. They don't teach you, they don't prepare you they don't prepare you for like things they're going to hit, right? So things that help fuck with you emotionally, mentally, right? They have guidance counselors, but you don't go through that every day. You don't go through it until it hits you. So how can you really prepare yourself mentally for when you're going to have a fail, when you have a setback, when you have, you know, a lot of things that challenges they don't prepare you for. They just want your face in a book, and that's that. That's read basically the context, and that's just how I kind of picture it, because maybe you see it a different way. Maybe you feel like education helped you.
It's just two-way, man. I'm not meant for the school, bro. Like I already know I wasn't. Like what only kept me in was basketball. Like I'm gonna be honest. I'm not with it, but I do look at education like uh, like people who pursue it, they have a certain intellectual about them that someone that didn't come from it has. You know what I'm saying? Everybody learns things differently. Not saying you have to go to school, right, to be smart, have to go to school to be intellectual, to be, anything like that. But I do feel like it does help, and it does create a sense of discipline too, uh, for people. So, example, some kids, they're locked in. I feel like for our society, we should push school in a way of having like I want my kids to graduate. I want my kids to graduate college and get a degree and do what they want to do in life, right? But I do look at like school as my perspective changed on it now, right? But I look at everything as some type of lesson. And granted, you might be learning this calculus equation that ain't got nothing to do with, what I'm saying, with real life scenarios, but the discipline that you had to figure out how to solve this and then turn in your homework by a certain time and turn in and have everything prepared for the test. And the test is what were you preparing like? And I look at that like a life situation. Like you have a big moment coming up and you're not prepared for it, it's gonna show.
Yeah.
Just same way for a test. If you're not prepared for that test, you can only circle C so many times. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, for real.
So it's like it's one of those things, bro, where it's like I changed my perspective on a lot of stuff on trying to have a positive outlook on it because like everything is preparation. Those study nights, those nights where there's college kids staying till 4 a.m. and they got to test at 8, bro. And you know what I'm saying? They're up all night trying to study, prepare themselves. And sometimes in life, and this is a life lesson, you can prepare yourself so much and you end up coming short in something. But you can also prepare yourself to the fullest and you knock it out the park. So I look at everything like as a life lesson, like in those aspects of it.
Okay, so then I want to go dig deeper a little bit on this. I want to
Yeah,
pick your head a little
yeah,
bit
for
now that we're
sure. I'm
talking
with
about
you.
it.
I'm with you.
So now we're talking about life lessons, right? Being prepared. In school, you have a textbook
For sure.
that's supposed to prepare you for this test.
For sure.
In life, there is no textbook.
No.
How do you prepare
So
yourself for that?
that's the thing about, man. Like you can't prepare yourself about like how life hits you because it hits you in so many different ways.
Exactly.
From left field, right field, midfield. It can hit you from behind, wherever, bro, and it's gonna get you out of nowhere. But it's not about using like that textbook for school. It's just about preparing yourself. Let's say, example, in life, we're doing our thing, and you're preparing yourself for example, like a competition, like just a normal competition, whether it's a lifting, running, whatever, and you prepare yourself for that competition. Boom, right? That's no school involved. That's all, you know what I mean? So I look at it like that too. Like if it's school, like it's preparing you for that test, but like life, it's so different, bro. Like it's so different, which is why like it's a two-way street. You can look at things, man. Like, but that's where like you have people around you that kind of like they went through life, they've experienced this, they've experienced that, and uh, you got to go through your own thing to figure out to solve your situations.
Yeah.
But you do have those ears and on your those people in your ears, the right people that are giving you the information. Just like like they're there for you when you go through your situations.
Correct.
Yeah,
go back to the support system deal.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, man. Like I said, we got like you said, it's literally a two-way battle, two-way streak. That it'll always be like that. I guess basically it's however you take it. It's what you're gonna do with it. Whether you go to school, whether you don't go to school, is up to you. But just kind of make sure what you want to be and understand exactly what you need to be to get there, right? So like if you want to be a doctor, you got to go to school.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to be owning your own business, you don't have to. I mean, I know a lot of people that didn't go to school that have their own businesses, but I also know that they've done their research too. Got to do your research, got to understand what exactly you're getting into. But then again, AKA that goes into school because business marketing, what's going to get out there, what's hot, what's trending, you got to know all that. Social media, people low key social media is the highest thing that you can get into because that's the number one thing about boosting your businesses, boosting anything like that. Social media will take it there.
Yeah, for sure.
But you just got to understand when you get there, what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? You got to keep that going for sure.
You know, shoot, that man, it feels so good being able to kind of pick your head and figure out, what from your standpoint on what you think on things and your perspective, and it just kind of helps me also envision someone else's, idea and their thoughts. So I feel like it's understandable,
Yeah,
and I've always never wanted to look at things as one vision sided person, but I've only known my side because I've never really sat there and asked somebody, what do you think? What do you believe? Or kind of things like that. And it's just, be able to get that is just it's pretty cool,
Yeah,
bro.
that's the thing with the world now, man. Like you can't like say certain things, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's one sided. Like people take opinions as like my opinion is the only one that's validated, and that's the problem nowadays. We can see what's going on in the world. I don't got to explain nothing. I don't got to talk about it, but we can see everything, right?
For
and
sure.
It's like when you say one piece, then people like this world is about uniting. You know what I mean? I feel like if we have different opinions, I feel like I'm not gonna be like, oh, you're a piece of garbage, man. Like, no, those are your beliefs. Those are how you feel about things and your thoughts on them. But it takes like that other person on the other side of the chair to be like, well, let me understand you more. You know what I mean? Like, and it takes that, man. It takes maturity and a lot.
Being open minded.
That's it. Not being so close minded, man. Yeah. And that's what's tough nowadays.
Yeah, that is true. Well, appreciate your time, brother. I appreciate them thoughts.
Thank you,
Appreciate
man.
that.
Appreciate that.
Hey, man, y'all stay tuned in because this ain't gonna be the only interview with the hottest essay, bro. No doubt. I appreciate everybody for watching Suave Experience TV. I'm Suave, and I'm out. Damn, that's a lot of editing.
Yeah, how about to say, so you do that joint.